My name is Mike Frost. I'm 73 years old. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea in 2015. I live in Hobart. My background career was as a teacher, educator. It didn't worry me, but at times when I was driving, I would actually stop and pull over and sleep for 10 minutes and then be fine. I never connected that with sleep apnea at all, but it's highly likely that that was one of the early symptoms of it. I found out about having sleep apnea almost accidentally. My wife noticed that at times I would stop breathing during the night, and she was concerned enough to say, look, you ought to talk to your GP about this, which I subsequently did. Sleep apnea is in fact quite a serious problem because the process of stopping breathing as a result of your airways basically closing up while you're asleep, it has an impact apparently on your heart, on your cardiovascular system, and it's basically not good for you. And then the whole cycle of actually waking up and getting started again. And that apparently puts quite a degree of pressure on your heart. So, I'm an older person, an ageing person. I've got these pre-existing conditions. The apnea almost certainly would have contributed to that. Whether it would have led necessarily to a stroke or whatever, I don't know. When I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, the first step was for me to be assessed by a sleep specialist who gave me some choices. One of them was, if you're prepared to lose a substantial amount of weight, and we're talking probably 20 kilograms, then you could probably cure sleep apnea that way. The other alternative is for you to use a CPAP machine. And I said, all right. Initially I said, look, I'll go ahead and lose 20 kilograms. Of course, that never, I'd lost some weight, but it never ever amounted to that amount. So then I was trialled with a CPAP machine. The sleep apnea machine applies pressure to your respiratory system, and you breathe normally. And so it's really refreshing, because you get a really constant flow of air that you can feel. It's quite comfortable. I went from 25 apnea episodes per hour. It's down to less than 1 as a result of we're using a machine. So that's a living testimony from my perspective. The immediate effect was that you just awoke far more alert in the morning. You were alive. Yes, in terms of what you could do during the day, the amount of energy you had during the day was there. You could concentrate better. I was not experiencing that desire sort of at any time particularly in the latter part of the day, the desire to go to sleep or have a snooze or an afternoon nap. That's all gone. I basically now won't sleep anywhere without that machine, and I now faithfully use that. I take it anywhere I travel, where I travel internationally or elsewhere in Australia. I take the CPAP machine with me as a matter of course. I would urge anyone who suspects that they might be suffering from it to actually get assessed and, if it's identified, get it treated immediately. It's apparently a far more common problem, we suspect, in Australia than people realise. Sleep is probably one of the underscored or underrepresented areas of health to this day in Australia. We probably don't value sleep or know as much about sleep as a nation, if you like, as we should. And it's really, from my perspective, it's only since I've been diagnosed with sleep apnea that I've become much more aware of the importance of sleep, the significance of good sleep and healthy sleep. People need to raise their awareness about the overall importance of sleep. That's why, the more we talk about sleep apnea and the fact that it does affect probably a sizable proportion of older Australians. The conversations we need to have about sleep are probably like the one I had with my wife when she said, I'm worried about you, you're not breathing at different times. So, yeah, it's a small price to pay for, ensuring that your health gets a better chance. But I think what the Sleep Health Foundation is doing is on the right track. It's heading in the right direction, and full marks to them for doing that.